Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share something special with you. Most of my journal was made this quite small, and I give it out for free to random people. Recently I got a special request from my sewing group. There's a young lady, she's 16 years old. She's going to have her birthday in next Tuesday. What happened to her is she have a brain injury. I don't know what's the detail, but she's still mentally well. Like she's used to be, there's no mental damage, but she was confined to bed, and probably her physical abilities will be severely damaged, and she's very upset, and she's still in the early recovery. So the hospital put out a request to our charities showing sewing goods, and the ladies are putting in efforts to put some gift, some handmade pillowcase, bags, hairband, etc. I look at the request, and the lady mentions we could put in a journal with cover, and I thought, I make journal. My journal probably can be put into use. So I inquiry a few more detail, and I think that it's doable, and I can put in a journal, especially for teenagers, like around 16, 17, 8 years old. But I haven't done journal specifically for specific person. And it's harder to understand what teenagers are interesting as nowadays. I used to be a teenager, but during that time, what we like will be much different from what teenagers nowadays like. What touched me from this request is I used to be a child that have serious illness. How severe it is. When I in primary school, I think it's year 2, year 3 something. I have a heart infection, and I was forced to kind of like drop the school for a year, and for that entire year I was in the hospital. It pretty miserable. Like there's no one, no friends. My parents are full-time work. My mom only can come to visit me after she finished work, and she have to ride her bicycle for an hour from her workplace to home, and then another probably 40 minutes to the hospital. What I remember during that day is I'm so bored, and usually I look at the ceiling, the white ceiling, and I imagine all sort of things from that white ceiling. I think a lot of stuff. I can't remember what I thought at the time. And I have nothing else to do. There's no books, no kids activity. There's nothing in the hospital. It is in the early development stage in China. It just basically there's nothing, not even a magazine. I was put in a ward with other patients, grown-ups. There's a 16 or so patient in the whole room. So what I do is I wandering around the room and try to find something to do. One thing I remember really clearly is there's another girl asked me whether I can help her to peel the apple. So she want to eat the apple, but she doesn't know how to peel the apples. And I never used a knife, But I say yes, I can do that. I try to be brave and, you know, be mature. And I peel the apple and I cut my hand, and but I don't want to tell anyone. So I kind of like use tissue from toilet, kind of like clean the blood, and then finish peeling the apple, give the apple back to the girl, and I just stay there like no one knows I'm bleeding, no one, and I didn't tell anyone. I'm just bleed for an hour or so until the bleeding stopped. I can't remember what happened next, but yeah, that's my hospital days. I went in my childhood, and after the heart issues, then when I grown up, I have all sort of issue. I, you know, bleeding in the stomach. Sometimes I black out and just lose conscious for a couple of times. Ambulance come, etc. In recent year, my health is much better because I take care of myself. But like, you know, those childhood memory really haunting, and I every time I got a request on story from hospital, especially from young people, my heart is sinking. I know people in Australia are really, really kind. The hospital put in a lot of efforts to make the young patients feel comfortable. I remember my daughter, when she's 3 years old, she's probably have a severe cold or flu, so she can't breathe. She go to emergency. She was put into some oxygen stuff, and after she's getting well, she was provided with juice, foods, there's a couple of toys, and she bring home those neat teddy bear, you know, that charities sewing good usually make those teddy bear. She bring home one of that, and I still have that teddy bear. Every time I see that teddy bear, I feel like warmth, like I feel the love from stranger. I know who did that, and my daughter never played that anymore. But I just love to kid that. It just remind me that somehow there's always kindness from stranger, and we always need to do whatever we can to pay back that. We, you know, everyone, you don't know what happened to you in, and sometimes maybe a little bit kindness can go for a long way. Your kindness to stranger, that stranger may be kind to another stranger. So I don't know, I believe there's some positive, you know, influence of doing kindness. So I make this journal, and I love to go through with you because probably tomorrow I will need to send this, because next Tuesday is her birthday. We try to put everything together to give her a surprise in her birthday. So this cover I was make a week ago, and then I add the signature, the pages, but I haven't worked on it until I get the request. I found it really effective and time saving, that I make the cover, make all the closer, everything, put in pages, signature, do the binding, and not decorating the pages. So I leave the decoration until the last minute, or until I have better idea what I should do. So yeah, so I already explained how I make this cover, so I'm not going to repeat that. I just tie the two here because it's light and it's really, really strong. You know, after 1, 2 round, it's secure really, really good. I have tons of this from, you know, saving my daughter's old clothes, this and that. I make this type of dangling before using children's crafty pom-pom, and I really love them. I think the colors come like mirror to the fibers. I put a little cross because I think, yeah, I give the blessing. I hope she can get well. Yeah, so I hand sew this to the ribbon because I don't want it to go through the paper. It might break the signature. So this is from the old movie book. You know, boys and girls. Put a little decoration. These are from the craft book. No, sorry, craft magazine. This is watercolor paper. I put this because it looked like a gift box, and I sew around this. This I make this little car, little monster, using you know, all this free magazine that I pick up from the grocery shop. Yeah, stick this and a bit of coloring here. And this is the old book pages from a gardening book. And this is the like a flick out or fold over, so you can so here you can draw or do anything writing here. So I try to put in a lot of writing spots, so you know, maybe she would love to draw or writing. I don't know what she like, but there's enough space for a bit of recording. This is coloring pages from the coloring book. It looked really nice, and I found it quite interesting that there's a lot of coloring book for free to be given to be adopted from marketplace, or even sometimes from curbside rubbish. All this coloring book is usually the first few pages are being used, and then the all other pages are untouched. So I cut all this and I put it in a signature, and the paper is really thick, and I think it looked really nice. This from the art book, kind of like both sides. This from the craft pattern. I find this number quite, I don't know, sometimes I love to just look at the numbers and count them and try to make a pattern out of it. I know it's cross stitches, and I don't know, yeah. Here, when I staple this piece, I stable with the fibers. Here, this is from a cooking book. Bit of flowers. The color is going quite well. Here I add a pocket of cardstock. Two bookmark, like say bookmark or book tag, make it from the jump mail envelope. So yeah, I put this because I think the teenager may like it. I don't know. And the stick outs look really well as well. And this is a piece of fibers. I like it because it's look very vintage in all this image. You know, sometimes I love to mix other material, and I find it really goes well if I mix the whole fibers as page. I think a shopping bag, a bit fussy cut here, a bit of ruffle, fibers on a piece of pattern. I leave this not covered because I think it can be used as coloring. Some notebooks paper that I lightly dye with those streamer, so it has a bit of color here, there. Here's the fairy that I cut from the craft magazine. I really love this piece. Tea dye paper, A4 paper. The color is really matching. Here I add a bit of belly band with a bit of tear. This is Japanese. I like to mix up with other language. Here's a bit of paper I cut from the book. Both side image is quite cheerful. I don't know. This is sunset. This is after sunset. Lighthouse with a bit of birdie here from the old children's book. A bit of writing spots. So here tuck in. Here. Okay. So here I cut a section from packaging. Is really thick and I love the wood like pattern, and I make it as a pocket. And this when I sew these 3 pieces, I didn't cut the threads, so it looks like we'll say like when you're sewing patchwork fibers, is leads and leaders types that you can continue sewing that without cutting. So at the end it come up like that. I thought that's look nice, so I didn't cut the threads off. So these 3 can put as together as a group. They are friends. Yes, there's a lot of pages for writing. Hexagon, I love hexagon. Here's a flick out. I make it from the envelopes. There's a stamp here, and I put in a piece of paper, just a piece of paper, and letter to myself. I think maybe one day the girls would love to write something to herself, because I remember when I'm in the hospital, there's a lot of conversation in my heart, in my mind, that are only addressed to myself. Because I have no one to talk to and no one bothered to talk to me, so I talk to myself. So yeah, but I think sometimes a tragedy is not like a 100% bad thing. Sometimes tragedies can put you in the position that you finally have time to think about things by yourself, like without any influence of other people, other environment. And it can develop, especially when you're in the early age, you can develop your own value or your own point of will. And the sickness, the hospital days sometimes can make you stronger, because the whole recovering process is really long, and you have to taste a lot of emotions that you won't have chance to taste if you are a normal person. So this all can help you to build up what you are, and if you're strong enough, then you will come out a stronger person. When I reflect my hospital day, my childhood, I kind of like thankful that I have that experience, because I come close to death. So life and death have different meaning to me, and I'm able to live very independent, and I'm able to, achieve what I achieve. And I think without that hardships or misery time, I probably won't be the person that I am nowadays. Okay, enough like memory mumbo jumbo. So yeah, look at that. See what I mean? The fiber looks so nice. It's like a bit vintaging, but not too old. Yeah, this is a laminate pieces from the tree, the leaves. I put it here, and I leave this uncovered because the recipe may be interesting. Okay, here this, because this is nothing really interesting, but I didn't cover because she might find it interesting to look at. So I staple a few pages from a notebook with the Emily cartoon things. This is I keep that from when I 14 or something, and now I'm 40. So this is how old it is. So it must be 30 years old. Can you believe that? I never used it. I have no idea how to use it, but I loved, you know, all this cartoon. Yeah, I'm a bit crazy about it. Yeah, so here you go. You have a look. Maybe teenagers will love that, not the older people. No idea. Here the lizards climb up and never give up. A bit of smiley face. Here a pocket. With like a small notebook with all sort of bits and pieces, all sort of paper, butcher paper, A4 paper, you know, this and that. That maybe she can write on observation in the hospital, what sort of person that she's dealing with. Her minute, travel minutes with a bit of wording, and this I have been done a while ago using the magazine of up book papers, because this colorful, each petal is a bit like image. It's perfect to cover the books, the wording. So yeah, that's pretty much like that. It was pretty yeah, pretty soon it will go to the recipe, and I hope she will like it, and I hope you enjoy my mumbo jumbo today. Yeah, so that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.